Google Stadia has been out a little over half a year now, and I need to ask, have you caved into purchasing it? Did you buy the Founders Edition, or were you even sold on the whole Stadia concept? Today I dive into how far Google Stadia has come since its release, and is it worth purchasing today? My name is Steven Broski, and I welcome you all to the Game Room, where we cover all the news in the gaming industry. This is a follow-up from a video I did when Google Stadia was just released, and I predicted it to be the worst video game launch ever. Literally, I did say that. So let's look at how Google Stadia is panning out so far. And before getting into that, I do want to say that I like the concept. I like the whole idea of Google Stadia. Google's cloud gaming service promised that the future of gaming is not in a box underneath your TV, but it's in a place instead. As stadiums have hosted sports for centuries, and Google sold Stadia as a new venue to build that virtual stadium for the future of games. Now, it was supposed to be full of people discovering games from YouTube links or playing alongside of creators and supporters and streamers. And instead, it feels like Google is still in the process of building that stadium. And right now, that stadium is extremely empty. Now, if you remember, Google actually had people pay for everything, and their Founders Edition was $130. Think about that for a second. $130 to basically be a beta tester because it came with so many issues. A major marketing point was a game that was 3 years old, aka Destiny 2, and they're still pushing that game. But we're not here to talk about how it was 7 months ago. I want to look at where they are at today and how they have improved. So, first, since the launch, Google has been promising a second tier program called Stadia Base. It's their plan of a free version of Stadia. So you don't have access to many games. The whole concept was to get people into Stadia for free, then eventually they would switch over to the paid version. Sounds smart, but unfortunately it took Google a very long time to launch this option. It is now May, and Google just released this option in April, bundling it with 2-month free trial of the Pro version, and at this point, it doesn't matter. That doesn't even play a factor. The numbers did increase, but only for a short time. Second, all the features that were promised. Now, Google announced Stadia with a ton of features that would only be available on Stadia. For example, the Google Assistant button, Google's Alexa, but in a video game. It's basically a button at the bottom of every controller that helps you through things, and right now that feature is pointless and it doesn't work 90% of the time. And when Google was released, it was only compatible on a few platforms. That's beyond me, no idea, but whatever. Now it actually works on almost every flagship Samsung phone and low-end Chromebooks. But again, so much for being able to play on any device anywhere. And real quick, let's talk about the controller issue. Now, controllers have been wireless for a long time now. I would say at least 10 years. And for some odd reason, Google's first controller was not wireless. They just added the ability to play Stadia with a wireless controller only on a computer. If you want to play on your phone, too bad, you got to use your cord. So third, let's talk about the gaming library. At first, the game library had about 20-something games, I think 23 games at launch. And again, their biggest game was Destiny 2, which lost about 87% of the players over the past 3 years. Now, it looks like they are adding games to the library slowly. I think they have about 45 to 48 total. They do have FIFA and Cyberpunk coming up, but again, here's the thing with that. No one's going to bother if no one's even on the platform to begin with. And fourth, is it still laggy? Now, obviously, the answer to that question is based on the gamer's internet. But from what I have seen, even people with great internet are experiencing a fair amount of lag. People have claimed that the game starts okay for about 15 to 30 minutes, then gets insanely choppy, and right there's literally no point to even playing an old game on the platform when you can play the lagless version on your PlayStation or Xbox. So, Taking all that into consideration, we are now 7 months in for Google Stadia, and I can guarantee you that some executives over at Google are already talking about axing the whole idea. There's no gamers using it. Literally, I just went on Twitch the other day and watched someone play PUBG. He was the only human playing the game at that moment. The whole lobby was full of bots. The games are terrible. It lags like crazy unless you pay $200 a month for good internet. None of their promised features even work, and if they are working, no one uses them. And finally, the price is absolutely ridiculous. 7 months in, Google, you have failed. I was really excited about it, and I wanted to give it a chance, but I'm telling you, Xbox will be taking notes on everything you have done, and will be doing it the proper way. But let me know if you agree with me or not in the comments below. Other than that, I hope you all enjoyed my little Google rant. If you haven't already, please subscribe as we cover all the breaking news in the gaming industry. My name is Stephen Broski, and I will see you next time.